Okay, glass of milk. Morning, friends. All right, so we're gonna share a little bit of our day-to-day, primarily our homeschool and our morning time and what we have going on. So I'm also went through some of my YouTube questions recently, and I'm hoping to answer a few of those as well. So if you've watched our homeschool day in the lives or homeschool curriculums and you have posted a question, hopefully I'll get to that. And if I don't, and you do have a question, then please just leave it down below. And I'm going to do my best to try to get updated with all the questions that so many of you have graciously asked and put out there, so that I can just be of maybe some support and help. So anyways, it is a very dreary day in Wisconsin today. It's very dreary. So we kind of got a little bit of a later start than we would typically, but it's also Monday. And so I'm sure many families are the same way. Sometimes Mondays just go a little bit slower, which is fine. So some of our morning routine things, like music practice, they'll just do after lunch later, and that happens sometimes, so being flexible. But I think in terms of our family subjects, it is important for us to stay on schedule. Otherwise, they just won't happen. So we needed to get going. It is a new month. So because we follow Ambleside, we get to start a new hymn today. We get to enjoy that. And we're going to be starting a new folk song. So we'll do one day the other day. So we're doing the folk song today because we've already played it a couple times. Mariah's wedding, which is so fun. So
wait, is it Mariah or Mary?
Mariah.
They say Mary in the song.
Mariah's. I think it's Mariah's. Well, we'll listen to it and see. But we do love this song. We've actually been singing this
a lot.
long before it was listed as a folk song. We were really into that, the Irish folk song. So for Christmas, I may have mentioned this, we got the kids a Yodo, and we also got the larger Yodo to kind of use for our family subjects as well, and it has worked so good. It's allowed me not to worry about grabbing my laptop or even my phone sometimes, because all I need is the little cards. So I'll show you for our folk song how we do that. So these are like our family Yodo card subjects that I created right after Christmas. And we actually have a playlist with all the Ambleside folk songs. This one is actually in a Ambleside Yodo Facebook group, if you can believe it. Some of these I had to create myself, and I'll show you. But this folk song, so Mariah's Wedding is already on there. The girls are just doing some color of the hymns, which I've shared before, while we are listening to our folk song. So what else we're doing this morning for morning time, besides our folk song, is we'll be doing Spanish, and the Spanish is Miss Mason Francois. And so a friend of mine, but I also have the MP3s. All she did was upload her MP3s, and she put them on her, she put those on a Yodo card too. So that's really easy to do. And that's one thing that I always have to bring up my laptop for, which it's like, oh, it's dead, or it's, it's so annoying. So that's super handy on the Yodo. And then we are finishing a chapter in Robin Hood. We have been reading Robin Hood for almost a year now, but we read a lot of other things as well. And so I like to kind of ping pong between many different books. We have enjoyed this book, though. It's really fun to read. It's in that old English style, and so
it's hard to read.
It's hard to read. I've actually recently had the girls try to read it out loud to take turns, mostly because I can't catch my breath being 38 weeks pregnant here. So, and then we'll be reviewing old poems today, old poetry, and we will be reading some new poetry by Alfred Lord Tennyson. So that is what our morning time looks like, and then I'll kind of walk you through the rest of our schedule and independent work as we go along today. So if you enjoy these day in the life homeschools, then give this video a thumbs up. It's been a good at least 6-8 months. I think I haven't done a real life video since last spring. So it's sometimes hard to pull out the camera when we have a full busy house and we just have our routines. So hopefully this video will be helpful today. All right, so we've been doing a lot of our school in the living room instead of our schoolroom for the winter, just because of the sunshine and being upstairs.
It's not really sunny today, though.
Today is not sunny, though. Super gloomy. So the first things the girls did here, Juliet, I read this one out loud to her, Leonardo da Vinci. And then this one, the Stanley books, she's able to kind of read those independently. So she's doing that. And then oral narration. And then Adelaide did her Abraham Lincoln's World. She read 2 stories from this. She reads 5 a week. She did 1 oral narration. And then this is just her notebook where she does some written narration. So we've been trying to do one of those. So now she's working on her math. And then after Juliet reads her, which one is that again? Well, yeah, Shakespeare, duh. When Juliet finishes Shakespeare, she will work on her math. So while they're doing their math, I'm going to go ahead and do a reading lesson with my kindergartner. We have used this book for all my kids. Both my girls use this book. So him and I, he just turned 6 and in December. And so we're on lesson 67. And some days, now that we're past lesson 50, the lessons are more challenging, but he is picking it up very well, actually, I think, for his age. However, if the lessons are too long, what we'll do is one day we'll do this part of the lesson, and then the second day we'll do the story, now that they're a little bit longer. So this is what we'll do for his reading lesson today. And I know I've shared this before, but these are our contributions. But if you're new around here, maybe you've never seen this. This is our timetable, which we usually have to update every single term just because of our schedule changes. Like right now in the winter, we don't have our Wednesday co-op. And so I shifted around some of our readings. But this just helps us. It's kind of a rhythm of our day. So right now it's 10:48. So we're just about right here. We're just not quite on schedule, but pretty close. So it's not really necessarily the time, more just the rhythm and flow. So here's where we're at. And so I'm going to go do that with my little one, and then we'll go through the rest of this. Some of this the girls will need me, and some of it they'll just be doing by themselves. And then we will break for some dinner/lunch a little bit later. Did end up doing the whole reading lesson. Like I said, I just kind of based on how he feels. There's no pressure. And so if I feel like he can handle it, and we did. And he's really starting to memorize the words, which is so exciting. So if we were in the basement, they would be playing down there, but they're playing in their rooms. The girls are having a snack, just kind of plugging away through our morning time. Hopefully this afternoon, I'll be able to take down our rest of our Christmas decorations, because we took down like the tree, and that is one of my goals today, is to take down the rest of the Christmas decorations. Yeah. Hey. David, say cheese.
Cheese!
Okay. All right, so Adelaide is going to give me her narration for Bingo. Boys have escaped the room, and they are reading some books. It is enjoying my pregnancy ball. This has become a play toy. All right, Adelaide, let's do our narration. So she just read Wild Things. Oh, Wild Animals I Have Known. Yep, and she's going to narrate about Bingo. All right, so what happened in your chapter?
There was this neighbor dog that all the neighbors really liked. His name was Can, I think. And one day he came home to his owner's doorstep, and they found him dead. And everyone was wondering what happened to him. And so they were giving out prize money to whoever would find like evidence and stuff. And this one guy confessed that he had done it because he had found one of his old horses dead, and he was mad at all the wolves that he thought had done it. And so he put all this poison around the dead horse. And the dog Tan, with Bingo and Charlie, that's his name, because they had been hanging out with all the wolves for a little while. Went and ate some of it. And Tan died, Charlie died, and a bunch of wolves died. But Bingo almost died. But he ended up living and getting his strength back that spring.
Great.
Ooh, now we'll take a picture of this.
All right, so sometimes we need to multitask. So I need to get started on lunch. We're gonna have egg roll in a bowl today, which is one of our favorites. She's got some ground turkey, cabbage, rice. So we love this one. This is from the Trim Healthy Mama. So I'll show it when we finish. But I gotta get cooking on that because we are getting hungry. It is our dinner time. So this is just an example where the Yodo helps me out. Juliet's last thing today is chapter 15 of this. Nope, we don't have that today. I just checked.
They do.
Oh, well, maybe we do. Well, we can listen to that on our way to violin lessons later. So anyway, she's got to listen to chapter 15 of this. So instead of mommy reading it out loud to her, I'm going to listen to it as well. And she's going to follow along with her chapter. So all we have to do is stick this card.
Mom, I'll do it here.
Go ahead. Stick it in there and then turn to chapter 15.
LibriVox recording. All LibriVox
And then
chapter 15 now. This country of ours.
she
This
can
is a
follow
LibriVox
along.
Recording. All LibriVox
So, yeah.
recordings are in the public
Super great.
domain.
So I really like to use the Instapot for rice. I think it makes it perfect. So this is egg roll in a bowl. I'm going to add the rice and just mix it all up. This is one of all the kids. Everyone loves it. It's so yummy. So easy. Been cooking it for years. It is out of this cookbook, which is probably one of my most used cookbooks ever. It is linked to my Amazon store. So if you need a family-friendly cookbook with some new ideas, then check that one out. So anyway, we're going to eat lunch, and then we'll wrap up our day with my oldest. And we have some other things, and so I'll take you along the rest of our day as well. All right, so me and my oldest, now that lunch is over, are finishing up her last two things. We use this for our grammar and spelling and dictation, and then she's waiting for her next chunk. All right, you'll be seeing that the sum of the digits in the product. So she is dictating. And anyway, we really love this. I have a whole video on the using language well. We're on book 2, about halfway through. And then her and I are going to read some of our Plutarch Live. We are on Fabius. And that is how we're going to wrap up our school for the afternoon. Hello, lovely friends. So we had a good afternoon. Just got like our chores done and all the things, Monday things, you know, work and whatnot. So my girls have their violin and viola lesson on Monday nights, and I have about an hour. And what's nice about their lessons is it is at our church, and so it's very close to downtown of our city. And so if I have any quick errands, I can do that. So I'm actually at Hobby Lobby for like a 15-20 minute quick run, because I went there last week and they have so many cute Easter basket things in their spring shop, which is 40% off. I had a niece's birthday, and so I grabbed a few things, but I wanted to go back before it was picked over for my own girls, but they were with me shopping, and so I didn't want them to see all the things. So I'll show you some of the things they have in their spring shop that I'm grabbing 2 months ahead of time for Easter baskets, but you know, you can never be too early when you're trying to find good deals. And then on Monday nights during their lessons for the last couple months, just to make it easier with pregnancy and for kids, I have been doing a Walmart pickup, which takes like 5 seconds. I'm in and out again during their lesson time. And this usually is just like our fresh fruits, vegetables. If I need any specific things for part of our menu that week, I'll grab that. Not much else, because we have like our eggs and our milk. We get raw milk every other week from a farm, and we have our own chickens that lay eggs, but mainly our fresh produce is what I do on our Monday pickups, because then, as many of you know, we do Costco hauls. So I'm going to run into Hobby Lobby and get those Easter basket things, and then run over to Walmart to do my pickup, and then grab the girls. 20 minutes in Hobby Lobby by yourself is probably one of the most amazing therapies as a mom. Let me know if you agree. So I wanted to give you guys just a little peek of some of their spring items that are all 40% off. So I got quite a few of these for our stockings, and I've had questions before on my YouTube channel about handicrafts and how we incorporate them, and honestly quite a few of just the simple little Hobby Lobby kits were great for handicrafts. They had some hand sewing, they had embroidery kits, and so I was able to grab both of those. Those are things that we've done in our homeschool, and then of course I grabbed a few diamond art too. But this is just to show you that it's really can be simple to add in some fun crafts, and you can even like make them as part of a gift that you're giving as well. I think when it comes to handicrafts, one of the most important things is just really taking the time to sit down and do it with them or learn alongside them until they feel like they are, master, or at least on their way to having some success and understanding of the craft. So hopefully you guys enjoyed a little peek into our homeschool day today, and if you like these videos, let me know and I'll try to pop on here and share more real life updates.